I'm Kortnie.
And I'm Emily. And this is
Cheers to that. We're back!
We're back, bitches! It feels like it's been 30 years, but it's just been 2 weeks. I feel like I don't even know how to do this anymore.
It feels so good, though, and like refreshing to be back. I'm really excited. So we took a week off because we are busy girlies. It's busy summertime. You ended up having to work randomly in the middle of everything. We had just gotten back from my birthday trip, and I laugh because our original plan was to record on the way home from the birthday trip in the car, and we were exhausted.
And the chances of that happening and coming out like any sort of clear or good
were
too. So slim to none. And also, like, when we left the house after Fredericksburg, we sat in silence for 30 minutes.
Yes.
Like, none of us could talk. We
were
like, we need to just not exist for a little bit. So I'm really glad we took a week off. It ended up working out well, I think. It did. Rejuvenated us.
I can say I don't think, like, I want to do that, like, make it a regular thing, only because I had so many people, and a lot of them, like, my family members, but they were, like,
stakeholders.
I have nothing to listen to on my commute to work.
I was talking to Claire. I called her because we had talked about something else earlier in the week, my aunt, and she goes, so what's the deal? Why wasn't there a new podcast episode? I was like, we're just so busy. We're so tired. Like, it just didn't work out. And she goes, well, next time, could you consider me? And I was like, you know what? You're so right. I didn't think about your feelings.
Yes.
So honestly, if anything, it did boost my ego, though, because so many people were like, where the hell is the new episode?
Yeah, that's how I felt, too.
People actually do listen to us. Yes. So that felt good. Speaking of, if you're new here, this is your weekly podcast where we talk about marriage, motherhood, and laugh at everything in between. So we are rocking and rolling and back and ready to party.
And I am.
We're extra ready to party because Kortnie is officially 30 years
I'm 30,
old.
And I've been partying for 2 weeks straight. And partying in your 30s just means
dying.
A winery and then sitting by the pool. Like, that's what we did in Fredericksburg. And yet I could not sustain my energy. I couldn't sustain my social battery, anything. I've just realized, like, it was so much fun turning 30, but it was also a glimpse into my future of, I don't want to be hungover anymore. That's not worth my time.
No.
And I wasn't I wasn't really hungover for Fredericksburg. We did go out on Friday night. I did my most favorite thing ever, which is karaoke. I sang 2 songs up on stage with you guys.
It was one of the more traumatizing experiences of my life.
Can I say, it's really funny to me to see the video of it, because whenever you see both of us, I always think you're the more outgoing
in social settings. Yes, for sure.
And yet when we got up on that stage, and it was me, you, Lauren, and Lena, so it's 4 of us girls up there, and you almost just shut down. Like, I
wanted to pass away. I cannot, since I have been a kid, I remember wanting to do like a singing at a talent show in 3rd grade, and I like cried at auditions and couldn't sing. Like, I was like, I can't do it. But I told everyone that I was like talking to, because they were like, Emily, like, you never shut the hell up. Now you're embarrassed to get on stage. I'm like, well, if you wanted me to do like stand up, which I wouldn't be good at, or if you wanted me to like give a, like presentation, I could get up in front of hundreds of people. Singing, I could die. It makes me feel like I'm going to crawl out of my skin.
Did you notice, though, how I was literally born to be a performer?
That's one word for what happened. You got... So Kortnie, which I don't know that we can let the video see the light of day.
Oh, no, I'm good. Yeah. Let's keep it in the archives.
But it is good blackmail for me.
I have blackmail in that video too, though.
Me running off stage. Honestly, no. Kortnie came alive on the stage and was like prancing. Prancing is the only way to describe it. Prancing back and forth on the stage, freaking belting it out, kneeling, like Addie, being Addie.
I see where my daughter gets it from now.
Oh my God.
And then to perform.
Yeah. And like, I'm going to say the singing, which also, let's back up here. Kortnie chose Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift for us to sing. One of the hardest songs, like where you're the whole time. You're up so high. So I'm not going to say that the vocals were.
I mean, I need a little work, like some training or a coach.
She needs a little work. So we get off stage, and it's basically just everyone screaming. The audience was all old people, so they were like clapping along with us, but weren't really into it.
They didn't know, like, Taylor Swift was not their vibe.
Correct.
We didn't hit it.
No, it would have been different if I would have felt different if the audience was in it with us. They were certainly
They were into it on the second song that I sang, which was Mr. Brightside. They were very into it.
I could not make myself get back up on that stage. But anyways, we get done performing and have been singing Cruel Summer, and I have needed to like pass away and go hide in the bathroom for a while. Kortnie gets down. I just love performing. And I was like, haha. And she's like, no, really? Like, so committed to the performance.
Let me tell you, though, that was the best birthday gift I received over these, 2 weeks that I have been celebrating, because, like, everyone else but me hates karaoke.
Seriously.
And so the fact that I got everyone up on stage besides my own husband, but
y'all should have done duets.
I know. Hey, there's always a next time for me with karaoke.
I don't know.
I'll karaoke sober in my living room. I don't care. I don't need a stage.
Honestly, more concerning. I do want to expose myself, though. So, we've been drinking, obviously. We're out at a karaoke bar.
Without kids for the weekend.
Yes. And this is Friday night. It's your actual birthday. So I'm mortified to go sing karaoke. And then I'm like looking at my phone, and my stomach was hurting after dinner. So I'm like kind of just like being like a wallflower, and like my stomach was killing me. But then I was like, you know what?
Oh God, please continue.
No, actually, you tell it. I want to hear from you.
I walk over to go check on her because she's been sitting on the couch for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, hey, you okay? She's like, yeah, my stomach's just hurting. I'm like, well, what are you doing? Because she's scrolling on her phone. She says, I'm just possibly looking up the next song that I'm going to sing. And I look down at her phone, and it's fucking Adele. I'm like, oh, so you won't sing Cruel Summer, but you'll go on stage and sing Adele? Arguably a lot harder than Taylor Swift. You were like quietly confident about it, though. I'm just looking. I might sing Adele.
No,
next.
like what? And that's an indicator that I need to go home, because if I
said, okay, all right. Well,
I can't stop that. I told Connor that I was gonna. Oh no. Harper's coming in here.
We forgot to close the door because the kids are not actually here.
Harper.
And hi, Harpy Schmoo.
Okay,
so
go.
Our kids aren't here. They're at my house babysitting themselves. Just kidding. We hired a babysitter, and I didn't even think to close the door whenever we started, like we normally do, to keep the gremlins out. But
well, that was a cameo by Harper. No, so anyways, that I was at my delusional point, and I was like feeling like I was gonna rally, and then I was like, "What am I doing? Like, I'm not gonna get up there and sing. Like, what the hell?" But then I'm like telling Connor, because I'm like, Connor, I think I'm gonna get back up there, and he's like, "What?" Because I've been sitting there going like, that was crazy. I can't never do that again. And then he's like, "What song would you sing?" And I was like, "Oh God, Someone Like You" by Adele.
No.
And Connor goes, "What?" And I said, "Well, it's just like more in my register." Like
in your register.
Like delusional.
But you do have a competitive streak, and I don't think you were competing with anyone but yourself in that instance.
Yes, I wanted to redeem myself.
Yes.
And of course, I'm a girl that grew up when American Idol first came on TV. There will never be a part, specifically in our generation, of women, I think specifically, that don't want to be discovered for singing.
Oh,
so, like,
yeah.
I'm assuming somewhere in my drunken state that if I get up on that stage, Kelly Clarkson will take over. The Holy Spirit of Adele will come through me. And all of a sudden, whisked away. Record deal.
All of a sudden, Simon Cowell is sitting in the front. I'll take her. It's signed immediately.
Simon Cowell, Paula Abdul, and Randy Jackson.
Yes.
It's the OG cast.
No other way to do it.
So in summary, I did not get up and sing Adele, but
it was fun. It was a fun outing.
It was fun. We had fun. No, it was good. And then we went to wineries the next day, and it was so fun. Delicious wine.
Don't recommend, though, going to wineries on an empty stomach, because then, I mean, my stomach was hurting.
We were all struggling.
I was really struggling. I fell asleep by the pool because like the Airbnb we rented had a beautiful pool. And that's
the Airbnb was immaculate.
And on Saturday, that's what I really wanted to do. I was like, I want to just relax by the pool because having kids, anytime we go to a pool, I mean, I'm not relaxing at all.
No.
My kids love to try to drown themselves and they think it's so fun and they laugh the entire time. And so I am like on guard. If we're in your pool, I'm on guard the entire time. And so that was like my dream. I just want to relax by the pool. No, I fell asleep because my stomach was hurting because of all the sugar from the wine. So,
well, I think that to your point about just getting old and like things changing, like our stomachs just can't tolerate the drinking. That's for me what it is. It's like not even because I remember being younger and like getting hungover and having really bad headaches or throwing up or whatever. Now it is just like, I just feel terrible.
Yes.
And like day drinking, don't know her, can't do her.
No. So we also went out for my birthday this weekend. We went to Oklahoma, Matt and I did, and celebrated with like my Oklahoma people up there. And for some reason I thought, I'll schedule it so everyone meets up at 3. Why 3 o'clock in the afternoon?
Were you dying by 8 p.m.?
Not dying. So what I was doing was I was like pacing myself very slowly, but then by the end of the night, I would like no buzz, everything was gone. And I mean, it was good because I went home, got some good sleep, and we were driving home the next day, so I didn't want to be hungover anyways. But I'm like, okay, next time, like I need a shorter span of time. I can't go from 3 to midnight.
And I'm going to be really toxic diet culture for a second. Aren't you mad at that point that you have been drinking all these calories for hours?
Oh yeah, and I was drinking ciders and sours.
You're like, you're like, I've just put all these calories in my body. Now I just feel like shit.
I at least want the reward to come out of it.
Literally, because there's going to be a downside. Give me the reward. I honestly, if anything, because I'll turn 30 next year. So I've like always said I want to go to Napa for my 30th birthday. I don't know that I'm into it anymore. I really don't know. I think the tide's turned. I think I might want to like, I don't know, sit by a river or something.
I have a good place for us
to go. Like go to a cabin?
Yes.
Where, Broken Bow?
Broken Bow. Yeah. No, I was just talking about it this weekend.
And like take all the kids.
Yes, I know.
Because the whole time Kort and I are like,
Well, on Saturday, I got really depressed all of a sudden, and I just really miss my kids. I just don't, and I don't spend time away from them, and there's every which way to do parenting.
Sure.
But we do not spend a lot of time away from our kids. And so taking a weekend away, like in my head, it was going to be so fun. And honestly, the first night, it was like good enough for me. And I'm like, okay, so one night I can do.
Yeah. Two nights is really hard for me.
I was really missing them. And then that affects my mood. And, you know, Addie can talk and verbalize everything. And so whenever we got back on Sunday, she's, Mom, I missed you. And both of them were like really clingy for the next couple of days because how dare I leave them and have fun with their grandpa. Like they had a blast.
Yes.
They were entertained the entire time. And yet.
But it's hard because then you get back and it's like the repercussions of leaving them. Which, like, some people don't have this option. And we, like, talked about it on the trip, actually, that, like, our husbands do not have the choice to be with their kids all the time like we do. Like, we're very fortunate for the amount of time. And though we bitch about, like, being with them unrestricted, it still is, like, such a gift that we are able to have these things, right? But I know I definitely felt that way, too, because I found out, like, the Tuesday before we left that I was going to have to go in person downtown to work for the week for, like, makeup, state testing. For like 4 days that next week. And I was like, oh God, because Fielding's already going to be a Velcro baby as soon as we get back. Like he's going to be on me like white on rice. And then I have to leave again all week at 5:30 in the morning, like before he wakes up, and then not get home till the afternoon. So it was like, I definitely felt that way. And on the way back, we were like, I just kind of want to pick the kids up and like take them somewhere now. Like I don't want to, whatever.
Yeah.
Be away from them. So I mean, honestly, like, I really think for my 30th birthday, I would like to go somewhere where we can bring the kids. Like I'm
so in.
Like Napa to me, like I feel like I got my winery stuff out for your birthday. We'll see how I feel like closer to time next year.
And especially as they get older too. And you know, that might be like whenever they're 10 and can fend for themselves a little bit more, that we're more comfortable going on longer trips. It's just funny because I said this the last time, but the tides have really turned for me having Tucker with Addie. Like, it was just funny because, I mean, we did go on, like, vacations and stuff, but I think having 2 now, I don't know. It's just really – and she's older enough to verbalize, like I said.
And that's hard.
And then Tucker is just, like, my baby. And so that combination, leaving them is very, very difficult for me. And I just have anxiety the whole time. Like, I'm just, like –
it makes me – I feel like I'm missing something.
Well, I woke up in the middle of the night on the first night, and I was like, oh, my God, like, what if Tucker, like, goes down the stairs? Even though my dad had – baby-proofed everything. I mean, and I knew, like, my dad, of course, was taking good care of him. It wasn't even that. It wasn't related to my dad.
But it was related, you're not the one doing it.
That's to they're away from me. They're away from me, and God forbid, what if something happens? And I woke up and I'm like, well, there goes my sleep that I should be having because I'm away from the kids and I'm not having to sleep with them.
I think it's just realizing like what, oh my God, my hair, realizing what charges like your battery or like fills your cup or whatever. And like, to me, a weekend away, like that does not really like fill my cup in the same way because I just feel like something's missing. And I agree. I think whenever they're older, it'll be different. But then you're saying with Addie being able to talk, it's even harder. So I'm like, shit. Like I thought whenever I can tell Fielding like 2 sleeps and I'll be back. But then it's like he'll be able to tell me like, no, bitch, you're not leaving my sight. And you know, Fielding will like probably overpower me and like zip tie me to a chair and not let me leave. So you know,
I know. What it is. Well, and we were talking too about traveling with kids. I feel like it's a lot of work. It is a lot of freaking work to do it. It is so much more fun to see everything from their eyes, from their point of view. And so when we went 2 summers ago, I was pregnant with Tucker, and we went to California and with Addie and Matt's parents, and that was like one of the best vacations we've had. She hiked 5 miles up a mountain. I mean, crazy stuff. She was little too at the time.
Sweet baby.
And like that, looking back, like that was one of my best vacations.
Well, and I think about like vacations I took as a kid, like that, those are my best memories. Like of my family and like that unrestricted time we get together. Like I know my dad would used to take us to Garner every summer, and like we would go, but with all of like his high school friends and like there were kids my age and stuff. And I like, that was my favorite time of year with my dad was like, whenever I was a kid, I thought I was going to go get married at Garner State Park because I thought it was the most fun place on the planet. And then my mom and my stepdad always took us to like South Padre, and like we did these like things that weren't far. They're in Texas, but like those memories are so fun, and we want to give those to our kids.
Yes.
But on the downside of your birthday, after we did the wineries, we were feeling good, and we got a $32 charcuterie plate.
Oh.
That was 1 on a styrofoam plate.
Yeah.
And 2 came with club crackers.
I was so mad about the club crackers.
Give me some freaking, what are the little tostini, crostini, whatever. Like, I need some good bread. Excuse me.
Or the pita chips. Something other than club crackers.
Club crackers were crazy.
And this was at a very well-known winery. Yeah.
I mean, it was charcuterie board at Barron's Creek. I mean, it honestly didn't taste bad.
If I'm paying that much for a charcuterie board, it better be top of the line. I can make that shit from Aldi's. Like, go to Aldi's and get all of the stuff that you need. Why are you handing me a sleeve of club crackers? They didn't even plate it. She handed us club crackers.
It was extremely underwhelming. The wine, delicious. The charcuterie board left things to be desired. But anyways, and we hadn't like really eaten outside of that. So then we got back to the house and we all wanted to get in the pool. We had stopped by Walmart and gotten like our, floaties. And I got a boogie board so we could all jump on it and try to surf across the pool. Didn't work. It was a mini boogie board. But none of us, except for my husband, put on sunscreen. The way like I am flaking, and I took a shower earlier and like loofah'd myself because I knew I was starting to shed a little bit.
Like a snake?
Literally, like a lizard.
You're shedding your top layer.
And it's mostly on my tattoo arm. It looks so
You're peeling really bad.
And the worst part, and this is all for my thin-haired girls, my scalp got so sunburnt. Like, it's still red.
Well,
Can you see how red it is?
Yeah.
And it just started peeling.
I hate whenever your scalp starts peeling.
Nothing is more embarrassing than going out into the world with a peeling scalp where you've got just flakes flying off your head.
Whenever I have peeled on my head, they're big flakes that come out. And if you try to scrub it, it hurts. It's more. Like, it just creates more and more and more. Yeah. And so then you might as well leave it alone. There's no winning in that situation. You just have to let it ride.
Mommy's struggling.
Yeah.
So that's, we've got natural hair going on today. If you hate it.
Well, next time we've got to sunscreen.
Oh,
we always sunscreen our kids.
But I always put sunscreen on. It was just because we had been drinking.
Yeah.
But of course, my little ginger baby boy, Connor, put his sunscreen on.
He was making sure he was taken care of.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not his wife. I'll enjoy the skin cancer. Thanks, babe.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did that. It was really fun. And then I had to take a nap after the pool because I was not well. And then I didn't drink again.
You took a nap for like a whole afternoon.
Like hours. Like y'all were going to dinner and I was like, I can't. I have
and then
to
you got
lie
up
down
for about an hour and then you were like, I've got to go lay back down. But it was really just your stomach. I mean, and you had stopped drinking. It was just our stomachs were all messed up.
That y'all got Mexican food and you brought it back. And I said I wanted shrimp quesadillas.
Yeah, who wants shrimp quesadillas after their stomach has been hurting?
Okay, fair. I usually fuck with a shrimp quesadilla. Like I eat
them
all the
time. The smell
Kortnie
was bad.
It's making me nauseous to talk about it. I saw quesadillas in the grocery store yesterday and I couldn't look at them. I don't know. I think I have ruined myself on quesadillas for life now. I didn't throw up or anything. I felt so freaking bad after eating those because I hadn't really eaten all day and I just been drinking on empty stomach and then I was just pounding those quesadillas.
And the shrimp, it's in my mind, and it's probably all from the same shrimp carrier. In my mind, it's different.
A shrimp carrier?
Yes. Like a postal carrier. I guess that's a shrimp carrier.
It's just a funny concept.
In my mind, if you get it from Houston, we're only an hour from the beach. So I'm like, I can eat shrimp here. Eating shrimp in Fredericksburg is a little bit sketchier because you're out in the middle of nowhere.
No, true. However, I would like to say on your birthday dinner, what did we eat for dinner?
Oh, you and I split it. We did eat some.
We ate crab.
That was some good.
They said the special was like a pound or whatever of crab. It was like big old crab.
So we split it.
We were like, hell yeah. And we ate fucking oysters.
Ah, shit.
The math ain't mathing, girl. Courtney's like, you shouldn't ever eat shrimp, but I ate oysters and crab the night before.
And that's on Kortnie math.
Literally. The most Kortnie math thing I've ever heard. No, but it was good. The food was good. I think it was just the drinking. Like, I just can't. Yeah. I can't hang anymore. And honestly,
we're learning.
It's turned a new leaf for me. Connor and I have been like almost sober queens this last week.
I love that for you.
Well, good. It's just, this is kind of a crazy take. Alcohol's not good for you.
Yeah, well, it just makes you feel like shit. And then I always end up like eating more than I normally would if I'm drinking. I will say we are sponsored today, not sponsored by Red Diamond Sweet Tea.
Amen.
I never drink sweet tea. I'm an unsweet girly. That's just how I live my life.
How are you feeling about this?
It tastes
very
good.
Sweet.
You know what? No, it's a good little treat for myself to have some sweet tea. It feels very
crazy.
Southern charm, very
That's me.
Just like summery, right? Summery. I just need my little slice of lemon, but
oh my God.
Whatever. I guess next time maybe you'll have lemons.
Yeah, I'll work on it. I mean, the plot twist of the century is that you're drinking sweet tea. I was like, I have tea, but it's sweet. And you were like, that's fine. I'm like, who are you?
I'll drink it occasionally. It just feels like a little treat for myself.
You're wild. Well, we do have really important things to talk about.
Yes, we do.
Culturally. And obviously it's not a pop culture podcast.
Matt and Connor, you can skip over this part because I know you're just going to bitch about
Anyone that hates, literally, Claire, skip. Anyone that hates Taylor Swift, I don't know how long this is going to be, so just keep going.
Well, we're 20 minutes in and we haven't gotten to any of the stories. We had to catch up.
Whoopsies.
We've both been busy, and so there was so much to catch up on.
You were out of town. Yeah, like, let us live. Literally no one's complaining. It's just us. So this weekend, our baby boy, Travis Kelce.
So Taylor Swift did a show
she had three shows
in London, and she hard launched on her Instagram with Travis Kelce, with the Royals, whatever you call them.
What? Like, that was not on my bingo card for 2024.
Crazy shit. A freaking selfie with everybody.
Prince William, the future King of England, took a selfie with Killa Trav.
Tell me you've made it. And also, I love that she hard launched at her London shows after singing So Long London.
No, she didn't sing it.
Oh, she did it?
She hasn't sang it yet.
Well,
she's going back to London.
Let me back up. She's in London, which is the precipice for everything. You know, I mean, I just feel like
that's where
this is her fuck you to
literally Joe. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And okay, so hard launched. Got a selfie with the literal like future patriarch of the country, Joe's home country, which is LOL. Like, I'm friends with your king. You're a B-rated actor. Bye.
Yeah.
And then in the twist no one saw coming. She does this like little skit. If you've been living under a rock and haven't gotten served Eras Tour content, then this is information's for you. Before she switches, whenever she has her Tortured Poets Department section, she like pretends to kind of like fall asleep or pass out, I guess, after she sings The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. Like she lays on the ground, and then three of her dancers usually come up and pick her up and take her over to this bed and get her changed. And like then she performs the I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, which is like the most poppy song from TTPD. So the dancers come from under the stage, rise up, and lo and behold, Travis Kelce comes out with my favorite dancer of hers, Cam, who's like the big black guy who's like so cute. He's always the one that says 1, 2, 3, 4 during the song, like the best. But Travis Kelce comes up with his size 16 custom Louboutins, his custom like suit. He's wearing a freaking top hat, and I'm like,
and his pearly whites. He's cheesing so hard during the performance.
So cute. Like their relationship just makes me feel like giddy for them.
Yeah.
But he like carries her back, and I saw a thing that was like, not only did she like bring her boyfriend on stage in London, which is just like so symbolic, but she's also got this 6'5" beefy ass All-American football boy carrying her across the stage. Like, eat her ass, Joe. It's over for you. Rip. Buried. And also Maddie Healy's from London too.
I know.
So it's a double dose
to both of them.
And she's got this big ol' and who's just like so sweet, like
well, and I like that he's a good sport about it.
He was
sport. But no, he wants to be a part of these things that Joe made her go into hiding for. So she's able to live her life exactly how she wants to, and she's got him. And let's be real too, it is also good for him as well. Absolutely. It's good for like the publicity. They're geniuses. If you ask me, they're they have it figured out.
Yes,
they have it figured out.
Well, and they just seem so genuine. Now, I will ask you: did you feel like his performance gave you the ick a little bit?
I mean, he's in a top hat. Like, what do you expect? But it's the cringy, like cringy cute.
It's
like,
okay.
Aww.
It was so riding the line for me because, not to brag, I did do theater in middle school.
Oh God. Here we go, people.
And I got runner-up best actress in my one act play in 8th grade. So
Watch out.
I'm not trying to say I don't have experience. We should have done karaoke. We should have done a full 45-minute play. But anyways.
Great. That's what we're doing for your birthday next year.
I just make everyone do a play. But something with acting, like, and I don't know if that's related to me doing theater, but like I remember like being a theater kid and how weird shit was. And actors, like whenever I really like let myself think about it and get icked out, like even these actors that I think are really hot, like Miles Teller or whatever, I'm like, oh, like you're playing pretend. Like you're playing pretend and pretending to sell it. And I just feel like he's a big goofy guy. No, Travis is like big and goofy and like, but I love him and whatever. But like him getting up there and like trying to like do the things, I was like, I'm almost in. We're riding that line.
You know how that's how Taylor's feeling. Like
she loves it too with her like little stomp foot thing.
Well, and so she loves him, but she's also like like a little side eye to it.
But also it's hard because like my husband. Can you imagine if I made Connor get up there and do that?
Oh.
Actually, I kind of can. Connor will put on a show sometimes.
It depends on the mood and how many drinks in him he's had. So
if he's
had some tequila, then
he would definitely get up there. Yeah. I can see him doing that and actually selling it now that I'm saying it. But like I'm thinking stone cold sober Connor.
No. Never.
Not even. He wouldn't have even smiled. He would have been like, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for you for doing this. Like. He would have roasted me on stage. He would have taken the mic and been like, Emily, we're going home. I'm so embarrassed.
That becomes his stand-up comedy show, is roasting you about it.
It just turns into my roast, literally. But it is a moment that has rocked the community.
It's rocked your universe. You posted about it several times yesterday.
Really? Because I just can't
I love it. It was just like, oh, okay. And so then I got on TikTok, and of course it shows up for me after
I'm just
that,
not over it. Well, and I keep on, this isn't the first time I posted this meme, but this is the first time with these words, but it's like the Sims character, and it's the mom Sim at a computer, and the baby Sim is on the ground on fire. Not now, mommy.
Not now, honey.
Not now, honey. Mommy's looking at every angle of this event on TikTok, and I'm like, literally filming. I'm like, do you want juice? Shut up.
Yeah.
I'm doing something.
I'm studying right now for an exam. Please come back later.
Can you respect my time? Fielding, go.
Not me. Okay, I want to tell you about my books that I've been reading.
Oh, yes,
I'm so excited. So I just finished the 5-Star Weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It's by Emily Hildebrand, I think.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of her.
Yes. It was so cute. It was there will be no spoilers here like I normally do. But it was like a middle-aged woman who then invites 4 women from different parts of her life to come to this weekend for her. It's like a healing weekend. And it was so feel good, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Like it was a perfect
How would you rate it? Scale of 5?
5 out of 5.
Oh, okay.
5 out of 5. And that one did take me a little bit. But this new one that I started, it's called The Women. And it's the same lady who wrote The Nightingale.
What's her name? Kristen Hanna.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm hooked. Like
Really?
Addie was watching Little Mermaid and she was trying to just talk through the whole movie. I'm like, not now. I've got to read this.
Not now, honey. Mommy's reading.
I read it on the way home from our road trip. I usually don't even read in the car because I get car sick. I didn't care. I was like, I have to read this. So
Can
it
we
is
get go ahead.
Yeah, a little synopsis instead of me just saying like, read it.
It's so good.
I don't know what it's about, but it's really good. So The Women is about the Vietnam War and the nurses who saved men's lives or, worked over in Vietnam. And I've read so many World War II books, but to read something from the Vietnam era is like shot to the heart for me, like very gut-wrenching, because it also talks about, just the politics at the time of how it was here in America, and all I can think about is like my grandpa who served in the army.
Your grandpa was in Vietnam, right?
Yes, he was stationed over there for a while. He was a radio operator and like saw, he doesn't talk about it because he saw a lot. And so in the way she writes puts you there. Like she is an incredible writer. And I had posted about the book and I had a couple people reach out and like say it's so good, but it's like, it just cuts you. It's so heavy, but it's actually a really quick read for me. So I can't even after this, instead of doing my homework like I should be doing, I'm going to go read
for it. No, I support it. That's amazing.
I'm so into it right now.
I still need to read The Nightingale.
Oh, girl.
I know, I'm not emotionally ready for it.
Bald at the end. But I will say this book, The Women, I've already cried through the book. And I wouldn't say I'm a big crier at books. I'm no longer like a big crier at all. I just don't cry. Thank you. Anxiety medicine.
Sponsored by Zola.
So if I am crying, I'm like, something got me. I you have to read this book.
Books will sometimes get me more than a movie though.
Yeah.
If you're reading it, I don't know, it's more intense. But I've heard you and my mom both told me The Nightingale is like sob worthy.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. It's on my list. I have a long TBR list.
I know. I'm the one giving you recommendations now.
Well, because I'm reading my series kind of slow. I did since we last talked. I think I was starting the 5th book. Yes, I was starting Empire of Storms, I believe. And I finished that, which just has a huge cliffhanger. Or maybe that's books, whatever. It doesn't really matter. And now I'm in this, it's a secondary characters book. It's like it switches, like it drops you off on a cliffhanger where you're like, holy shit, in book 5, and then it goes to 6 and it's a different character. Like that, and they're happening concurrently. So like some people do like a tandem read where they like,
oh gosh.
Yes, it's a lot of work because you have to go mark the chapters of what order if you're going to read them together.
These are some real readers around here.
No.
That's intense.
I've seen it and I'm like, I think it'd be interesting for the story because it's all happening at the same time, but I like the separation. And this is a book, like I know people like talk about it all the time on the Facebook groups I'm in about this book series. But they're like, oh, I went into this book like hating this character and like not wanting to read it. And it ends up being one of my favorite books in the series. So I have that book left, and then the big book, which is Kingdom of Ash, which is the last one that I've read it already, but it's I'm stressing because it's like a culmination of all these books, and it's like this huge war, and it's so it's a lot. The beginning of that book is really hard because like someone's captured.
You know what to expect, and so
it's like I'm just like stressing about it already. But it's so good, and I just have like fallen in love with the Throne of Glass series all over again, and I cannot recommend enough how everyone should read it. It's really such a phenomenal plots driven storytelling, like it's like what you're saying about Kristen Hanna, just like this amazing storytelling where you are transported and it's not real, right? So it's like a made up thing, but the way she builds these worlds is just crazy. It's amazing. It's like
I'm gonna give it a shot because I mean my preference is I love historical fiction and I've thought about like as a writer, how do you do that? I mean, she must have like delved deep into
the research,
all of this research in order to form this like true picture.
Yeah.
I mean, I just cannot say enough about her writing. I'm obsessed right now.
I need it. It's on my. We need to switch.
I'm literally obsessed.
Reverse ourselves. When we're done.
I know.
Because we both need to do that. Have you watched anything or not really since you've been traveling?
No, I have not watched anything. And the only thing I've listened to, I did listen to Luke Combs' new album.
I can't.
Girl,
I can't.
Oh my God, if you just want to sit and
I can't.
be depressed. So his new album is called Fathers and Sons, and I read up on it afterwards, and he actually missed the birth of his second kid. And I don't know, I didn't read up too deeply into it.
Like on tour?
I'm assuming, but I don't know. Someone might have that information. But I think because, I mean, his writing is just pouring into, and you can hear a lot of regret in his songs. And so that's what made me look into it, like what's going on. And I'm sure that that's played a lot into it if you miss the birth of your son. And so he's writing all of these songs, and I'm like, Matt, wait, you have to listen to this one. There was one that it's basically talking about like the kid's view from when you come home from work. And oh my God.
No, I think I saw someone post the lyrics to that song. I was going to send them to Connor and I was like, I cannot.
I made Matt listen to it. I was like, Matt, listen to every word here.
What is it? It's like Front Door Superstar or something like that?
Front Door Hero. Or something along those lines.
I think I read the lyrics and I was like, I can't listen to this album. I will
I've
not
gotta
be
look
okay.
up the, I just want to know the name of the song really
it makes me want to die.
Just all of it was really good. I can't imagine, me just listening to like that album on repeat, but it was really good. I don't know. I put my phone on airplane mode instead of do not disturb. Oh, shoot. Okay, hang on. So I was trying to put it on do not disturb because of the kids.
The babysitter's just calling.
Oh, God. Okay.
Anyway, so we're Mother of the Year nomination. Okay,
nothing came through from her. Let me look up. It was saying
you're on your own, girlfriend.
On Luke Combs, it was
kids,
like nothing.
One teenager.
I'm sorry, Addie. Which is the name of our babysitter's
also named Addie. I'm dead.
Oh, Front Door Famous is the name of the song. Okay. Yeah, she didn't text us. We're good on the kids.
Jesus Christ. We get back, the house is just burnt to the ground. Everyone's got broken appendages. It's fine. They made it.
All right. I am ready for my mom trom.
Please, lay it on me.
All right. Well, Gail oh God, I hope I didn't tell this story. Okay, so Gail had come into town. I know I talked about that, but she took the kids to the zoo, and I don't think I told this story. So Gail takes the kids by the orangutans, and Addie sees the butt on the orangutan, the colored one. It's like orange and red.
Do you mean like a baboon?
Or baboon, whatever species it is.
I'd only correct you because baboons have like famously notorious asses.
I think it's the baboon. So
sick. Okay.
I want to say this is what I get for trying to do what is quote unquote the right thing now and teach anatomically correct words. Yeah. They say that way if your kid's ever in trouble, blah, 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 like they'll know how to identify that in front of everyone. Thank God I wasn't there. And Gail was. She handled it
your
so
poor
well.
mother-in-law. Sucks to be you, Gail.
She's like, Addie says in front of everyone, this big crowd, that monkey has a big vagina. I'm like, oh my God. And, not with a V, but vagina, because she confuses
I love how she
it.
says it. It's so cute. Vagina.
And all I could think was, this is what I get. So all of these nurtured first, whatever people telling you to teach you anatomically correct words, this is what comes of that. This is the result.
I've had veteran moms tell me that, like, go ahead and teach your kid the word penis.
Yeah.
Good luck. Because guess what they're going to say in the middle of Walmart?
Yeah.
Penis!
Yep.
Again, I'm blessed because my son just like won't talk. So.
He has a while until maybe another 2 years.
I'm really lucky.
He has about another 2 years before he might, say that. So say his anatomically correct words.
Oh God, that's Addie. I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
not surprised. Yeah. Well, my mom trom I mean, I feel like there's multiple, but one
it's been a long 2 weeks.
It's been a long 2 weeks. The thing that's most like at front of mind is that we started our swim lessons again for the summer. And so we did like essentially ISR, like the infant survival rescue. I don't know what ISR even stands for. The swim lessons where we call it like simulated drowning. Like they throw them to the wolves and teach them how to not die. So it's traumatizing for everybody involved, but I will say we have a pool and it's just for peace of mind. It is so worth it. Like we did it last summer. We are doing it again this summer. It sucks because it's 5 days of it. But it is what it is. So anyways, we did it last summer. Fielding was 1.5 years old. We're doing it again now. He's almost 2.5. And he did great skill-wise. Like, she was really impressed how he was doing. Because, I mean, she,
and
like...
how much he retained from last year.
Yeah, because basically she'll, like, lift him over her head and, like, just drop him in the water. Because it's, like, simulating what it would be like if he just fell in.
Yeah.
And I sent y'all a video because he kicked up to the surface and he's pissed. Kortnie's like, damn, he's kicking hard. Because he is...
he had the kick down.
mad. But he can kick himself all the way to the edge of the pool, grab the edge behind his head, and then flip himself over and hang onto the side. And it's, I mean, truly amazing. And he really did retain stuff from last year. But there is, of course, a little bit of water that gets swallowed whenever you're doing that. So on our way home, we hadn't even gotten out of our neighborhood yet. And he explosive projectile vomited in my car. It was like 99% pool water, so it could have been worse.
Did you send him a Venmo request to have your car detailed?
Yes, I did. And guess who funds his bank account? Also me. But it was fine. It's just like one of those things. It's necessary with a pool.
It's just hard to go through.
Sucks.
I mean, I even signed up the kids, and I'm waiting for my dates, but I signed them up because we're over here all the time, and my dad has a pool, and I want to know that I did everything I could to make sure that my kids are going to be okay. Am I looking forward to it from hearing the stories from everybody? No, but I know that it's worth it. I've seen Fielding use his survival instincts, not because anything bad happened, but he knows how to... Like, he's very aware of the pool. He knows how to get to the edge of the pool. So I've seen that side of it, and it's definitely worked. So it's worth it in the long run.
It is. But it sucks to do. It is not a delight, but it is worth it in the long run. And like I told you right before we started recording, if the alternative is him drowning, then, like, I will deal with 30 minutes a day for 5 days of, like, shitty experiences for both of us because he learns those skills and it's so worth it.
5 days. I mean, 5 days out of their life.
I know.
Done. Sold.
But we were laughing because I told you about so whenever you go, your lessons are 30 minutes, but you get there a couple minutes early and it's at this lady's house. And she's got these people stacked. Like, it is game on. So there was a mom with a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old before Fielding, and then there's another mom that's got a 2-year-old daughter after Fielding. So I was telling you that I was dying laughing. I told my mother-in-law this too, because the 2-year-old had gone first, the 4-year-old's still in the pool. But this 2-year-old is so polite, just looking at me and waving hello and saying yes, ma'am to me. And I was like, oh, what? How old is this guy? And she's like, oh, he's 2. And I'm like, okay, well, he must be closer to 3 because he's pretty mature. And I was like, so when's his birthday? And she said, May. And I said, oh. And she's like, how old's he? Because, you know, Fielding's head is like triple the size of this kid's head. Like, he's a monster. And I was like, well, he turned 2 in January, so the end of January. And she, like, we were dying. I was dying telling Kortnie this because she goes, okay, honey, go put your shoes on. And this 2-year-old
just goes and
tries to start putting his shoes on. And I was like, the fuck? Wait, we're doing that? They can do that? What? What's going on?
Wait, you're telling me they're capable of following directions?
Yours follows directions? It's like the We're the Millers meme. You're getting listened to? Like,
yeah.
Like, what? I'm like, I put my shoes on and Fielding was like, shows.
So I told you, you're like, hey, whose kid is that? Who left him here? He's not mine.
And he's like, her son's like, Mommy, help. And Fielding's at the gate, shaking it open. Bye. With his weird little Squidward voice, blowing kisses to everybody. Bye. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, good God. Like, I'm like, he's really smart. He just, you know, can't communicate. Yeah.
He's very mechanical.
Yes. I said I'm going to start.
He can act out movies.
Yeah. He's
empathetic.
Have you seen Hotel Transylvania too?
Would you rather? What? Yeah.
I've got live action right here.
Would you rather your kid listen to directions or be empathetic and cry at movies? I don't.
I can answer that one for you.
As a teacher, I can answer that one for you too. But
as someone that experiences the latter, I'm going to go ahead and say, but I love him, and he's very fun and special in his own ways. He's so funny, and he'll do something. Fun. I did also, just a speech update for Fielding. I did talk to another speech person this last week. I had a little call with her, and we were talking, and she was like, I think he's fine.
Okay.
Like, she was like, give him some time. And that made me feel really good, which I know early intervention, everyone's got a different approach, but it was just good to hear from another person in speech, like, based on how many words he has and what he's doing and how he's receptive and da-da-da-da-da. Mm-hmm. She was like, I think he's just going to decide when he's ready. And I mean, we've talked about it, the ironclad will of my child. Yeah. She told me multiple times, he can tell that you're stressed about it. And he's going to not talk because you're stressed. And I was like, yes.
You're like, so you're telling me I have speech and behavioral plans? Oh, shit.
Literally, can't wait for those therapy books.
No, and I had said too, let's wait and like I'm involved in this decision making. But wait until, I would suggest, wait until he's 3, and then I definitely think at 3, like, it's not going to hurt if he's not talking. And, just for anyone out there that might be experiencing this, you can go through your local school district at 3 and it's free, versus when she had a quote for speech therapy, it was over $2,000.
$6,000.
$6,000?
It was going to cost me $1,000 a month to put him in speech therapy.
Or you wait it out, and he could catch up, and if he doesn't, that's okay too, but at least you have a free resource available, and then he's already in the school system for where he's going to go. I mean, honestly, that's the route that I would go.
That's what she said too, was like, wait till he can get evaluated by the school. Like, her daughter did speech therapy and is still in it. She's 7, and she has graduated from it and gone back, but she was like, you are the mom. You have to do what feels right, and if it doesn't feel right, like, to go throw money at the problem right now, that just doesn't.
When he does have vocabulary, like, he does have a vocabulary list.
Like, I have a running list now of his words, and he's over 50 words. So does he? And I said, but he doesn't use them consistently. She's like, it doesn't matter.
No, if they just say it one time,
he knows what the word is, and he knows what it means, and that's the language connection that needs to be had. And so it's just a matter of him. And she's so right that, like, he knows that I'm like trying to pressure him, and so he's like, nah, bitch, I'm not saying anything for you. That's how we always do Fielding's voice so weird. Connor and I watch him. We just watch him walk around and say the weirdest shit. Like, he's thinking, like, don't touch my toys, you motherfucker.
I mean, it turns out when your kid can't talk, you just make sure you have, it's like subtitles for them.
Literally. Like, I can't believe you would even think about touching my juice. Like, we even text in Fielding speech.
Yes. Oh, yeah. No, now you have me texting in Fielding speech. I'm like, what the hell am I doing?
Dare you? Literally. Anyways, that's my
We had one more mom trauma story. Do you want to tell this one?
Oh, I would love to. My dear friend took her first flight with her almost 1-year-old. He'll be 1 next week, I think.
Yeah. Good for her. That's intimidating to take a flight.
So they flew like cross country to. They had a family thing. So she went, and he's a big kid too. He's very tall. And she said, which they're both tall, but she's like, he pooped on the plane. So we had to go to the bathroom. And she said, why the hell is there a 25-pound weight limit on the changing tables in the bathroom? And also, if you've ever changed a toilet, changed a diaper in an airplane bathroom.
I mean, have you ever just tried washing your hands in an airplane bathroom?
It's as bad as you imagine. It's as bad as you imagine. But worse.
Yeah.
Like, crazy. So she said she had to hold him up like Lion King, like Simba and Lion King, to wipe his butt.
And I'm sure I'll cut it out if she wants it. Sorry.
You're about to say all their names. Do you want to give their address too?
Or we'll cut out the name. I feel bad about that.
It's fine.
I'm sure, though, he...
You always do this shit.
I just try to make more editing work for you.
Go ahead. Anything else you want to cut out?
Anyways, I'm just imagining him looking around like, what the is happening?
Like, what are we doing in here?
Yes.
This is not clean.
Yes.
Where is my clean, like, germinated
changing table?
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Have you changed a diaper on an airplane?
No, when we took Addie, she was potty trained.
Has Tucker flown?
Tucker has not flown. And you know what? When I took Addie when she was 6 months old, it was a short flight, and I think I changed it right before we got on. And so I got lucky, like she didn't poop or anything on the plane, so she was fine. So I've never had to experience that before, and I can't say that I want to, because the bathroom situation is always a nightmare. I get like so nervous, not nervous, just like anxious, I guess is the right word, whenever you're on an airplane, and then you're having to like squish past people and this and that. I'm like, it's already hard enough to change a kid's diaper, and then let alone have not enough big enough space on the airplane.
And they're flailing. Well, I know this is going to be a surprise, but Fielding, of course, has put me in that position before, because he has a radar for those things. But we go to Michigan every summer for like kind of a family reunion for Connor's family, and this will be our 3rd year going. But last year, sorry, our first flight ever, he was 5 months old. We're on the runway, taxiing, like about to take off, taxiing to the thing, but it keeps getting delayed. So we're sitting on the runway for like an hour and a half, which is worst case scenario with 5-month-old anyways.
Yeah.
My man takes a shit. But we're on the runway to take off, so we can't get up and take him to the bathroom. So we changed that poop diaper in Connor's lap. As the plane was taking off.
And before kids, he only thought he was some type of germaphobe.
Oh my God.
That went way out the window.
Everything about children will test you. We were very like, grossed out by poop, grossed out by vomit. Nothing can faze me. Puke on me. Shit on me. I don't care. Go for it. I don't care. But yeah, we literally changed a poop diaper in his lap.
I'm sure everyone around you was so excited about that.
No, when I tell you, no one knew. Connor and I were like stealthy. We were agents of chaos. Like,
well, I guess at 5 months old too.
He was so little still.
They're not eating real food.
Yeah, it was more just like the concern of the smell.
Yeah.
But Connor and I always carried, which this is a pro tip for any new moms out there, carry dog bags.
Yes.
With you in your diaper bag. And that's what we always put diapers in whenever we would be out in public. And chef's kiss on that.
No one knew.
That's a mom win. But literally, as the plane was taking off,
that's how the cookie
contents
crumbles.
were shifting in the cabin, and so was his shit.
Yeah. Oh God.
Contents were shifting in his cabin.
Speaking of content shifting in someone's cabin, do you want to tell the holy matrimony story? The confused look you gave me. I'm like, you told me the story.
What are you talking about? Should I say who?
Are we keeping this anonymous?
I kind of don't want to.
Okay, just go for it.
Okay, so my mom.
We can ask for forgiveness later.
Yeah, sorry, Mom. My mom told me, I think she called me to tell me this. Her and my stepdad went and played bingo, and they do this all the time because they're 90. They're not. My mom's not even 50 yet, but they went to go play bingo, and Troy, I can't even say it.
Oh my God.
And Troy got excited because he thought he was about to get a bingo. And he like bent over and he farted really so loud. And if you've ever met Troy,
he's a big guy.
1, he's a big guy, so you know the fart was big.
Yeah.
2, Troy's like, he just rolls with that shit. Like, he was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I'm
sure your mom's face was so red.
My mom's like, I got so red, and she was like crying because she was laughing so hard. But she's like, and then I started laughing harder because I knew I wasn't supposed to be laughing. And like all these old people are turning around like, shut up, bitch. And my mom's like, this man just Hiroshima his seed. What are you talking about? And that's on.
And Troy probably just giggled, but
no, literally, Troy's like, well, that one snuck out. Like, he always says shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck?
You're in public, dude.
Yeah. He's disgusting. He burps so loud, and every time he burps, my brother goes, it's always so much more than a burp. Yeah,
it's called a party foul.
Bodily function family around here. But anyways, sorry, Troy, love you, but that's hilarious. I love that you.
I have to tell my holy matrimony story this week and I haven't had one in a while. And before this, we were like, man, what stories do we have? I didn't even know. I had to look through my camera roll and remind myself like of the past 2 weeks. When we were in Oklahoma, I always make it a point to go run with one of my really good friends and an old running buddy, Amy, anytime that we're around. Like, that's just our thing. And so I had talked Matt into, I'm like, Matt, just please, like, go run with us. He goes, well, I may not run, but, like, I'll walk or whatever. And so I'm like, perfect. Like, just come. I just wanted him to be there, I guess. And so he meets him and I meet her at the park. And we walk a little bit because we're talking and catching up. And then we're like, okay, we're going to start running. When I tell you Matt made it maybe 10 feet. But he makes it 10 feet and he doesn't go, hey, I'm going to go ahead and finish my walk. He goes, all right, well, I'm headed to Starbucks. Y'all need anything? Text me. I'll catch you whenever you're done.
Bye, bitches.
And so he drove my car. He went and filled it up. He went and got Starbucks. And so as we're rounding the corner, we're finishing our 3-miler and he pulls up and he's walking with our 2 drinks. I'm like, honestly, this is not a bad trade.
No, I kind of feel like it was better than him running with you.
No, it was so much better. Can this happen every single time I go run? He just hand delivers me Starbucks. Okay.
Also, you're an animal for drinking Starbucks after you run 3 miles.
It was a chai tea latte with coconut milk, so it wouldn't hurt my stomach.
Jesus Christ. Was it iced at least?
Oh, yes. Oh,
okay,
yes.
Thank God.
It was
I was
so
like really
hot,
just thinking of like a hot coffee after you've been running.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't know what that's like because I don't run, but like I'm just imagining.
The only person who would do that is Chris, because he literally will like eat McDonald's and then go on a run. And I don't understand people who are runners like that. I can't do that. My tummy is too fragile.
She's too sensitive.
I'm too sensitive.
She's got tummy troubles.
I do. I'm a tummy trouble girl.
Honestly, same. If you can't tell by Fredericksburg, we're like, and then we did this, but then our tummies
our
hurt.
stomachs
And then we did
hurt.
this, but then our stomach We're sensitive. I've said it before and I'll say it again. God gives us toughest battles to his strongest warriors. And our battles are consistently having tummy troubles.
The thing is, I think we have easy fixes for the tummy troubles, like probiotics. We just refuse to take them.
100%. 100%.
Oh, you mean you need to take one multivitamin a day to solve all your problems in the world? No.
Thanks. Then I won't have anything to complain about, so... My tummy troubles are my whole personality. There's literally no other substance.
Me having to drink coconut and almond milk, that's my whole personality.
100%. Organic food doesn't hurt my stomach.
I just have to like add that in every time I get a chance, you know. Oh, well, it had coconut milk in it.
And also, like, classic runner, after my run.
Just throw that in there.
I'm really fit. Well, I do want to update everyone on my fitness journey. I've been to the gym once. As predicted. No. And on top of that, she tells me on the way to Fredericksburg, and I like blinked really hard at her. She goes, yeah, just so you know, I went ahead and put my cancellation request in for the gym membership. I'm like, bitch, we had this for a week. Which you were like, well, it takes a month to cancel it. I'm like, we're supposed to be gym buddies. I've been the only one going. I want to defend myself. There's not a lot of defense to give, but I'm going to try it. You get a 30-day notice. We said we were only going to have it. We said we were only going to do it for the summer anyways, so now mine's just going to be done July 14th. Basically. The end of the summer.
Well, and that is so telling for our personalities, because you want to end it July 14th. You want to end it early. And now I'm like, ooh, how can I budget this in where I can keep my gym membership?
But also, I knew that was going to happen. Like, I knew you were going to do that. I didn't know that I was going to cancel so abruptly. But honestly, I'm not surprised.
I know. I just want to be like a little gym rat, but I'm not fit enough to be a gym rat. So I just... like, I don't even know what that would be considered.
I went the one time to my old lady class, and it was honestly dope. Like, fire class, me and Edna, like, getting it. It was great.
This is actually so much better for me, because I joked that you would go to a class 2 times and get abs, and that would piss me off. Meanwhile, I go every day for, like, 10 months and have no abs. So, honestly, yeah, girl, I'll just lose that gym membership.
She's like, stay fat, bitch.
You're not fat. I'm like, you're so much more fit and you don't work out. I'm like, how does this happen?
Yeah. I don't have any answers for you. Kortnie does. Since we became friends, she got so fucking mad. Do you remember, like, we did paddle, or wait, was it? Paddleboarding yoga.
Uh-huh. What did I get mad about?
you went home and you told Matt, because then Connor told me that you were like, what the fuck? Emily eats like shit and she has abs. I was 22
so mad.
And like at 22, I had a 6-pack. Like, and I ate like garbage just before my metabolism caught up to me. And I just am like someone, I don't know, my abs naturally are more prominent even whenever it's like fat on top of my muscles, not necessarily muscles.
Yeah. And a lot of times people say it's not genetics. And I also don't want to like, you know, chalk it up to just genetics, but I think it's just
what else is it? I literally don't do anything.
My extra layer of just blurb, whatever, just my blurb must be genetics as well.
Even whenever you like weighed like 100 pounds and ran marathons and all the things, like you don't show abs like that.
No, I know. It's
just not the way
it's not fair.
It's not how your muscles are organized. But
yeah, we'll go with that.
But you also have calf muscles, and I could do calf raises 12 hours a day, 8 days a week, and I would not have any calf muscles.
We balance each other out because, you know, if it was just one of us that had all of these good qualities,
and on the other,
it would just be depressing.
And also, on the other hand, if just one of us had all the bad qualities,
shit.
We would have no friends.
So you mean 50-50 equals 100. So here we are. 5 + 5 equals a 10 out of 10. We're a 10.
Kortnie math. That's Kortnie math. I have so many. Unfortunately, my phone is one recording because I've got a whole list of Kortnieisms that I was really tallying up on our trip. And the shit Kortnie says.
Yeah, you know, and I catch myself doing it too. And I'm like, oh, shit.
I want to start making like art around my house that's like just your quotes and just like weaving them in. And then people are like, what artist is this? And I'll be like, it's Kortnie.
I'm Gandhi.
Yep.
I'm about to change the world.
Wait, no. No, you're not. One of the quotes I had written down was from when we went to Mexico last year.
I don't know what
and they had like drug sniffing dogs. And Kortnie said,
what did I say?
You said, they have eye-seeing dogs.
I had it mixed up between a blind dog and a drug-sniffing dog.
Eye-seeing.
If you just patent everything I said, then we would be rich. So get that list to work, girl. Let's go.
Oh, God. I'm going to have to share more of those. Maybe I'll share those on the talk.
Man. Okay. My cheers and jeers of the week.
How long have we been recording?
We're running out of time.
Okay.
My cheer. No, I'm actually going to start reverse style. My jeers. So, it was last week. Addie was very serious talking to me while we were just sitting on the couch. I'm just trying to watch a damn movie. I mean, just let me be at peace. And she's like, Mom, you know, sometimes I don't love you. I was like, what? Huh? What's like love?
What?
Yeah, what? And she's like love, you know, like I still love you, but sometimes I don't like you because you get me in trouble. And I was like, well, girlfriend, there's a reason you get in trouble.
You get yourself in trouble, girl.
But also, and I said, you know, my response was, you don't always have to like me. That's okay. I'm always going to love you no matter what. And in my head, I'm like, you know, when you're a teenager, there's also going to be times where I may not like you. Like, I'm not going to say that to her, but I'm thinking that in my head of like, hey, girl, there's going to be times I don't love you either. I'm kidding, Addie. You're my whole entire world.
Now Tucker's watching it. What the fuck, Mom?
Yeah. Oh, man, this is the downside of it, too. Got to keep everything even. But... she's just a hot ass mess, you know, always telling me how it is.
Love that girl.
My cheers, I don't know. I just feel like I've had a good 2 weeks, and you know what? My cheers is going to be being back in the seat, getting to record because it's felt really good. It's so therapeutic for us.
Really is. So it's so lovely and wonderful.
I really enjoyed it.
My jeers. I feel like I don't really have one. Swim lessons and puking were not great. And then, I mean, but overall, fielding's been good. And, like, obviously not getting to spend a bunch of time with him last week really sucked. But it's okay. We have the rest of the summer. We're going to Michigan next week. So I'm nervous about flying and driving. But it's going to be good. I'm really excited for him to, like, he's more outdoorsy now. So I think it's going to be really fun. My cheers is that Connor went golfing on Saturday, so I took Fielding to the zoo by myself.
Yes, girl.
I don't know that I told you. I definitely told other people, but like you inspire me so much. To, like be brave in those situations because you'll be like, I'm taking both kids, we're going, and I'm like, what? Like you don't have to have anxiety about it for 10 days beforehand. And so that's what like Saturday morning I woke up and I was like, I need to take him to do something. Like he's been cooped up because I've been gone. Blah blah blah. Like let's go do something. And I was like, I'm going to take him to the zoo. Why not?
Yeah.
And like go in with no expectations. Now, I should have said my jeers was having to carry him out of the zoo.
Oh, he didn't want to leave?
No, he did want to leave. He just got so tired and he was like taking like one.
Did you bring a stroller?
No. I didn't because it would have been too hard. Like
it's a lot to
have a stroller and him.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just wouldn't have worked because I would have ended up leaving my stroller everywhere. So I had a backpack and I was like, he'll walk and we'll just go as far as he can like handle it. And I mean, we did maybe a quarter of the zoo, but it was fine.
The Houston Zoo it's huge. I mean, anytime we go, we never see the same part. Like there's giant. So much to see.
So yeah, we did not make it very far. I mean, we were there for an hour and a half, but
I'm honestly impressed because usually your threshold for outdoors is like 20 minutes.
Literally.
And so I'm proud of you for staying an hour and a half and making it worth the drive too.
Yes. Oh yeah. No, it was, and he did so well. He held my hand the whole time. He was so sweet. It was like it was a really good moment for us. And just like,
and it shows you can do it.
I feel so much braver from doing it because it just wasn't a big deal. And that's what I like. I'm like, why I build this stuff up in my head to be such a big deal.
Yeah.
And if I don't take him and do the things, then he's never going to learn how to do the things.
Yes. And sometimes you take them and do the things and it does end up being a big deal. And it takes a little bit to recoup, but it's like, okay, nothing bad happened. No. It was just really stressful for me and I'm really tired from it. But all we can do is try again.
Exactly.
So,
and I'm like, worst case scenario, he crawls out from under the stall in the bathroom and gets his hands disgusting. That did happen.
Yeah.
And then I had to carry him. I'm not exaggerating, at least half a mile. My 32-pound toddler.
Worst case scenario, he ends up in the monkey exhibit, or the lion exhibit.
They're definitely worse. But I'm like, realistically.
Realistically.
But then when I got there, I was like, oh my God, I should have written my name and my phone number on his back in Sharpie just in case he gets taken.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
is that an intrusive thought? Or is it
a little
smart?
bit? No, it is smart. It is smart. Yeah, because it's like you can turn around and, they're not there.
It was crowded. It was a Saturday at midday. Yeah. But we were fine. We did
air tag him next time. Just air tag.
Literally.
Because that way, if someone does take him, you'll at least, put it in his shoe. We were talking about that. You can buy insoles. I'm going to start air tagging my kids. So
hell yeah. No, we were talking about how we're going to Life 360 Addie, and she's 4. But I'm like, and guess what? I'm going to be on that account too. You think you can hide from your mom, bitch? Think again. Almost a bit back up, and I'm knowing where your ass is going. Because we were telling you about all the stuff we did when we were teenagers. Like growing up around here. Yeah, you were like, excuse me. I'm like, no, we used to play a game called Fugitive where like you'd be running on the street and then other people that went to your high school, I went to high school with 4,000 kids, would come up and grab you and throw you in a trunk. That was the game. It's like capture
So
people.
Then that's what brought it up. I'm like, all right, well, I'm air tagging and never letting them out of the house.
Literally. But then Kortnie's response was like, we didn't do anything bad, except, we'd go wander the canyons and sometimes there'd be mountain lions out. And I'm like, bitch, what?
An animal's better than a human, though. Like, you can take a mountain lion. Can you take someone that's going to sell you into the sex trade?
You think you can take a mountain lion? Speaking of delusional, what's about as delusional as me singing Adele? But live your dream, baby
Here
girl.
We are. We're both delusional. We're living it up.
Okay, well, I think without further ado,
wraps it up.
We got to go get the kids and stop paying a babysitter.
Yeah. Yep. That we do. All right. They're probably missing us
so much.
Thanks for listening in this week.
For joining us.
Make sure you subscribe, you rate, you review, you like, you comment, do all the things to help us get where we want to be.
And tell your friends, but only the ones that like cussing and mom jokes, because we're not serious. Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye. See you next week. Oh, and this was cheers to that. Oh.